All right, you fellow mechanics, I'm going to tell you a truth that probably most people will never tell you until 10 years of using you up. They never plan on letting you have the best part of the deal. You want to own a home in the future? You're going to do what I say, or it's probably not going to happen. There's about two ways. You can buy a plot of land now for what you can afford and build on it slowly. The other option is to go into business for yourself. Because the truth is, no lender of a bank is going to approve a loan for someone making under $100,000. And I know all these people out there who are saying, oh, I make 100 G's. Listen, the national averages are pretty good as far as every single website that you look on. 60%, 60,000 is the top 10%. 60 to 70,000 on some are generous. But there is no one in this field that makes that on an average. So let's remove that one guy and say, how many people actually really make this? And what do you think makes that one guy special? He probably really knows what he's doing. So the challenge I would put to you is to watch some of those videos on there, maybe again and again, criticize them. I'll remake them. But the point is that fundamentally they start to explain how to be that guy where if I applied for a job, I have a video where I actually went and did a video interview, videoed the interview. He didn't know it. But after 15 minutes of talking, the man was ready to pay me $65 an hour. And so what I'm getting at here is there's money here. Sure, $65 an hour. That's like $130,000 an hour or a year or something like that. Close. But my point in that is that you don't get to do that unless you can come in and actually produce. And my claims weren't false claims, and he knew who he was getting. The guy who knew, he didn't just learn it from Joe Bob in the back of the shop, but he applied himself and he learned it in the correct way. So I try to teach in that correct way and abbreviate it a lot because I got a bunch of kids. So I want to make sure that, I'm not calling you kids, but that I understand that a lot of younger people don't have 30 minutes to go watch something and learn it. But I'll tell you that 30 minutes will save you probably 5 years of waiting. The accumulation of those specific notes. I don't just go over what cooling systems do. I go about now look for this and look for this and look for this. And even some of the viewers of this channel have commented, you're very specific as far as trying to give them those inside views. And I figure that's because I don't want to waste your time with trying to explain everything. I'm not here to be popular so much as I am here to explain the trade better, to give people a step up. Remember, there's a ladder. All right, big money, big results. But right now, we're working in this field where we're with our hands, and we need to be mindful of the bag is there, but you got to grab it now. You can't wait 5-10 years from now because it won't be there. And it might make sense to automate a lot of things. Robots could probably take over oil changes to a large degree, especially if they build vehicles modularly that are made to be disassembled by these robots. I absolutely believe that's possible. Have you looked at some of the new EVs, cooling packages, this package, that package? They all come out independently. Think about that. So these are very pick, pull, screw, press are AIs right now what they're working on, and they'll be there soon. And they have robots already that can do this. So how do you have value? Because the robot can't come out, can't greet the customer, understand the full laydown of in language what's going on symptoms wise. I've asked Chat GPT. It does not know what I know about after treatment. Now I've even asked it about how to do some classes, and it will give me feedback on sensors, but there's more than just what it's giving me. So I'll say, what about this one? And it will explain how the sensor works, and I'll say, no, it actually works this way. Oh, you're very good at pointing out the very fine details is what it comes back with. So there are people who know more than Chat GPT about specific things. I don't claim to have the vocabulary or the writing skills of ChatGPT, but what I'm saying is I want this channel to be watched by humans, not read off by algorithms and then answered with AI later on. And the reason for that is because I want it to be something where I do it with you as a person-to-person thing. You guys comment in the channel, and I come back with replies. But if the juice isn't worth the squeeze, then I won't do it because I want to concert my effort on maybe the homelessness issue, maybe young men in the community I have that are struggling. So if you guys like and comment and subscribe to the channel and share it with a friend and help it grow, then this can be a mass movement of all of us as blue collar or working men, really all men and all women, just all people getting together and trying to collaborate to give free information about things that took me personally 50,000 hours. Not you, me. I specifically said, no one wants to do electrical? I don't know how either. I'm terrified. I'm going to do it because no one else can. And now I'm giving you all my cards. I'm turning them like this. And clicking a like keeps it going. Right? That's all I really like because at that point I can go to Fluke and say, hey, can you throw me a few bucks for an ad? And it's a circle. This is the future. of free information exchange. Otherwise, I go back to doing my own work, probably making really good money and not worrying too much. Either my business or working for someone else. I mean, I charge 150. It's a lot of stress owning your own business, yes. But I'm less apt to want to do that stress now than I was at 25. I was willing. And I'm trying to encourage you guys at 25. Don't think that it's going to take 50 years of doing this to go change someone's belts on the side of the road and make $200-300. That's totally reasonable. You do that a couple times, in a week, and you realize, wow, I don't have to have these vast amounts of skills. I had students come to me and they were very sad because they got kicked out of the program, and I told them, you can still be a mechanic. You might not work for Peterbilt, but you went to a 13-month college and you know how to fix belts, you know how to change tires. These are the things people break down on the side of the road. This business guy I was talking to, he does very small maintenance for U-Haul and Penske, but he's available. So just be available. Put your sign out there and say 24 hours a day. Do whatever you got to do. Come in a little cheaper than your competition, maybe a lot cheaper. Make yourself available. As where I live, literally, no one will take a call after 6 o'clock at night, 7, for road service. I get calls all the time to do it. Now, that's enough to sustain me because no one else will answer the phone. If you live in a city, that's not the case. You're going to have to cast a wider net and be able to do other things. But if you're an outstanding wrench, why can't you have a side business open for 10 hours a day where you're doing road service and then you list the kind of things you do? Jump starts, this, that, EV charging. What I'm trying to get at here is there's a lot of money, guys, but you're going to have to look at it in a way that says this has to be between me and the customer. This cannot be a third party. And what value do they bring anyway? They answer the phone and they misdirect all kinds of information, create miscommunications. You got service writers to deal with who don't know anything about the job, and service managers who couldn't turn a wrench left or right. That doesn't make sense to pay them what you went and killed in the field and brought back to the tribe and get a little bit of something, a portion for yourself and your family. Go do it direct to the customer. They'll be grateful. There is ethics and other stuff that is involved that I'm going to try to continue on with this channel, trying to really kind of instill, because if there's a recipe to doing this on your own, making a good name, and doing really well in your pockets. And I own my own home. But I don't think within 5 years most mechanics will own their own homes.